All right. Some Street Fighter V. The song was from the Final Fight CD OST, the bonus stage. How you guys doing today? Well, Sinistar being first, that is impressive. You almost a game I could join on and I'm not home. Oh, we got to sit down one day and just like plan this out. Yeah, the tracks should be listed in the description below. Yeah, a lot of these fighting games have like really cool OSTs and all that. I'm aware the Harvester blur is on. Let me get past the menu screen for a second. Because the intro screen is nothing too impressive. It's just... I don't remember there being a cool cinematic cutscene or whatever. Hello, Hammer, and hello, Alejandro. Yeah, let me just... Wait. Versus... 1 second. Let's go. I keep... All right, yeah. So we got. So this game is a little bit different because this one, I think this one, I think. No, it's like the Mortal Kombat thing where they start picking the stages for, no. This one, no, backwards. One pick the stage first, and then you get to pick the character. The Honda Cento, English Manor, Metro Bay City, Temple Hideout, Iowa Casino, Air Force Base, Shadowloo. I never understood why they changed between Shadowloo and Shadow Law. Like LAW, Hillside, Underground Arena, Bustling Side Street, Waterfall, Random, New Station, State of New, Exceeding Chaos, Prince Alley, Lair of the Four Kings, which is a nice touch, Kanzuki, Scum of Honor, Temple of Ascension, Flamenco Tavern, Suzaku Castle, Sakura Katsukano Residence, King's Court, Sun Chase Moon, Marina of Fortune, Rival Riverside, The Grid. I forgot, you had to like make a Capcom ID or something and link your Steam account to it, and then you get the stage for free. But these fucking stages, you have to buy the championship sets for these stages. And each stage, last one is when I was playing this game a lot, was $20 per, and each will only come with one stage. So it's like 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140. You could grind for in-game currency to get them, but it's so much. Yeah. And of course, the roster's pretty big here. Yeah, the models are either really good or really bad. Like, you cannot tell me Rose is not from K-pop Demon Hunters, even though this came out, like, what, an entire decade before. Some fan favorite Gil. Kaga. Kachi. And then some of them, have really cool designs. Like, you got Jerry here. Like, this is the defaults, and then you have the story-based outfits. And of course, alts. But to think that even the default skin is not even what they look like in the story mode is just kind of nuts to me. Like, for Ryu, just to prove my point. I'm probably going to lose this match, but let me show you what I mean. Where's Ryu at? Okay, default. That's one everyone knows and loves. But canonically, he's this young in the story. Of course, sexy Ryu that everybody loves. All that kind of style. Yeah, and for this game, you can actually pick which characters you want to speak in English, which one you want to speak in Japanese. For some like Cammy and Zangief, I keep them in English because the accents. You need the Russian accent and the English accent. With other ones like Yuri and Sakura, I keep those in Japanese. Graphically, I prefer this one over 4 by like a country mile and a half. you're gonna need a lot of mids here. Yeah, I say Eric shot out of the way. There he is. And Cool Cat. I forget who had that as a donation effect on them. I would have played Doa 5, but you know, unfortunately Doa 5 doesn't look as good on the PC. And aesthetically, I think this one actually is a step up from 4, but the gameplay I think 4 is faster, crazier, nuttier. If I'm not really going crazy with the V trigger to be completely fair. I don't hate it until FF6 came out. It was true because the thing is that the Street Fighter 5 you're seeing right now, this is the Street Fighter Championship Edition plus the Season 5 upgrade, and Season 5 did a lot of rebalancing to where the game is like, it's like, why did the game feel good now? Because when they confirmed they were making Season 5, they said Capcom said, oh, we already started development for Street Fighter 6, but we'll give you Street Fighter 5 Season 5 to see because you guys bought the Championship Edition so much and are still asking for more content. So yes, the final DLC patch essentially made the game what it was supposed to have been, at least in terms of the feel of the gameplay at launch. But then again, you know, the whole roster or the meta would have shifted, may have been wonky. But at one point, at some point I can't tell just because people get mad because it's not Street Fighter 2 or Street Fighter 4. And at some point I can't tell if it's because, you know, fighting game sweats, they'll just, you know, like, analyze everything and they'll never be good enough. Yeah, 4 they had some really wonky looking claymation looking kind of style with the way the faces were rendered and all that. Oh yeah, 5 was a joke because 5 was only like what, like 16 characters? Yeah, only like 12 characters, and they literally rush out an entire game at the launch for Evo, which was a retarded fucking move. But they got away with it because, you know, it's fucking Street Fighter. Competitive people are not going to say no to it, and as long as you got, you know, Chun-Li in there, at least you're going to buy it. Some stages have, like, you know, 2 versions. There's a lot of customization for, like, the looks and the feel of the game, which is great. I'm going to pick... yeah, sometimes there is no difference in the model. It's really like cheap pants. I like this one, yeah. This is... yeah, I don't have mods on in this game. It's... that's... we put mid plus mid to make mid. Colon here. Very different. Yeah, the thing about the Street Fighter models is that you cannot look at them too much, or you will notice that the hands, like on colon right there, are way bigger than they're supposed to be. But that's how Street Fighter kind of cheats. Because you can either be like Tekken, make your animations really like crazy good, or what they do is they have the hands and feet be a little bit proportionally bigger than they're supposed to, so you can get a read on the moves. But it's just... this is why we see people like trying to make animations, it looks so weird.
I will fight you.
Round 1. Fight.
The launch was abysmal, man. I remember that. I mean, I forgot, but right before I moved to Japan, I was having this weird, what's it called? This weird desire to just buy a 6-button controller, and I didn't have one at the time. So I literally just went to eBay or Amazon, I forget whichever came sooner, I got. And the cheapest one and the fastest delivery combined was actually the Kami Street Fighter 5 Mad Cat 6-button. And I still have it here, yeah. And it was brand new in the box too.
Mission complete.
Round 2. Fight.
swap between rounds with this code as well? I forgot about the code. Yeah, we're doing Cammy. You came just in time, Mr. Omnitrax. Cammy as Jill Valentine. You're gonna go crazy. I'm gonna be just meh. They're good, bro. You don't gotta overlapping late. The run for the PS2 game, the server. Hiragano. Maybe some game with Thunder. Maybe. But I gotta see how fun the game is. Cause if it's, cause the thing when you're streaming it, the game has to be like fun enough to watch, but also be fun enough, you know, to play. Because there are some games like Persona 5, for example. It's really fun to watch, but it's boring as shit to just play because there's a lot of reading, to be completely fair. And if you're gonna read everything out yourself, it can get kind of tedious. Because like, why am I doing this on camera? Then there are games, you know, like Tropico, you know, where I feel it's really fun, but on stream it might not be the most entertaining thing to see. Yeah, I said many times, yeah, but yeah, it's not that I don't hate them. It's just that they're not top tier ranks. But you know, it's like a dude saying I don't like Morgan from Dark Stalkers. It's like you sure you ain't gay, bro? It's like, but I always make the joke that with English women in fiction, it's always 50-50. I either don't like him like Cammy, like or I love him like Tracer. It's like it's just so weird. There's like no in between. There's no one like she's all right. It's more like or yeah. Let's see. Shadowloo Base at night.
Shadowloo Base at night.
But yeah, even though I play cameo, you gotta keep that English accent down. Let's do. Where's Mika? The funny thing is that I don't know actually. I should check because I last played this on my gaming laptop and it died on me. But that one had the US version. But here I'm in Japan, so I'm wondering if the Japanese version activated and if we have like the less censored Mika costume. Because all they did was just give her a bit more pants on the butt. We're going there. So I was feeling something. Hold on. Wait. Can't fan, I think of that? I'm allowed to be wrong. Like I said, bro, I know I have the minority opinion, but I have a good reason. I can actually excuse why I don't like both of them so much. Because I give you an alternative. Fudo shoso. Jane Porter from Tarzan? I don't. Oh, like if we're talking about the end of the movie, like in the TV series, Jane Porter is a go. Yeah, she wasn't in the Disney Princess ranking because I know she's not a princess, nor like by technicality. I almost played as Kyrene for a second because you see purple, like it's my instinct. Come on, come with a little quarter circle in there. Yeah, I can't tell if it have still have the American censored Mika, which isn't too bad, but you know it's the principle of it. Again, what? Okay, shield bar, go down, go down. Bingo. The princess from Black Cauldron she is Welsh. Her name is Princess Eilonwy, and because the Chronicles of Prydain is based off of Welsh mythology. So yes, she is a Welsh princess, and yeah, I love her. She's great. Her and you know the Dark Emperor. Those are the two things I remember the most from that movie as a kid. Yeah, and I think I mentioned this right before that. I saw the film, I didn't remember like the names, and so there's a book I found out because it was like it had this really cool foil cover, It was like a medieval tapestry at the time. I was really into medieval stuff. I went to medieval times for the dinner show, and I couldn't read the name. I'm like, I put like it's Elowini or something like that, and it was a bit tough for my age. But the teacher was like, "No, keep trying. You think you'll get it." And I read it, and then my friends like, "They made a Disney book though. What movie is that?" I'm like, "They told me it was Black Cauldron." So then I checked it back out, and I'm like, "How did I not put these two fucking things together?" So I have like two very different images of like the book that I remember reading and then the Disney version, because I didn't read the book with the Disney interpretation in mind. It was Wildest Super, yeah. Yeah, I think I put Elonwy in for Disney princesses. I think I put her in top 5. If I remember off the top of my head, it was Elonwy, Cheetah, Snow White, Mulan. If we're counting non-Disney princesses, or technically, like, because Disney owns Fox, Anastasia, then she would be the 5th slot. Again, no particular order. But if it has to be under the Disney banner, then I would replace her with. I can't remember who I put. I think it was from Ella Enchanted. No, it feels I'm missing up one character. I can't remember that last one. English or Scottish? Oh, this woman. Look, the Irish. Yeah, unfortunately, the Scottish got done dirty with the marketing. Like, look, I know you want to have a fun family film, but if you promise an action film, you can't just pull an emotional bait switch. Not saying the film didn't have action, but you promise a predominantly action-based film. Where's she at? There we go. Canonically graduated Sakura. Story mode. She works at the Capcom arcade. Those are things. They're not very common, but they still exist. Free battle outfit. Nostalgia. Her role is pretty cute, actually. Yeah, Kanaka is this big old like Blanca stuffed animal thing. No, the accent in North Island much thicker. Yeah. Hello, Sideshow Man. Yeah, the Irish one's gonna be a bit tough to do for Disney. Tracer, you Hops vibes? Noted. Come on, but you. Oh, I hate you so much. I'll say. See, because what I like about Judy Hops is the same thing. I'll pick the plushie next round. Same thing. The same thing I like about Tracer, that fun go-getter attitude. That really is what I like. I forgot how short my reach is. I think they shortened her reach a little bit because she's. That one just. No, I think I remember being fast from Street Fighter 4. This is just. My muscle is failing me, bro. Yeah, they really shortened her range. They gave her a bit more power, but they shortened her range. So yeah, so in this game, unfortunately, the Sakura was actually like a short and fast one here. There's always like a reason to pick Ken or Ryu over her, because the range and speed you have to put yourself at to win the Sakura is so damn perfect. Similar vibe, yeah, it's the go-getter vibe, yeah. That's what it is. I love go-getters. But they're go-getters because they have the best of intentions for others, you know, like, and not just, oh, I'm a go-getter, therefore everyone should be too. There's a very thin, fine line. A lot of writers cross that very easily. Like that angle shot shit. The Yankee girls are pretty peak. I'll say that. I'll pick Blanca as a plushie. I'll play as Blanca. Oh crap! Why did I went black for a second? I think it's just the DisplayPort cable. I have 18i and never had those issues, but but it sure doesn't give you 100 like past 60 FPS. Come on. Feature, come on. Let's go, feature. Let's go. Never seen Zootopia? That's what you're referencing? Yeah, Zootopia 1 is okay. I will say 2 is better, a lot better. You can skip 1 and go straight to 2 and just go on with like... If you kind of think of it like as a anthropomorphic animal lethal weapon for kids, it's not bad at all, actually. Overwatch? I would tell you to try Overwatch, but given that they killed Overwatch 2 to make it Overwatch again, I'm not sure if I can in good faith. They're not 1940 RF Battle of Britain skin. They're not going to. They're not for a while. Because the issue that when you do that shit, you open the floodgates for fucking everyone. They're gonna say, "Oh, why'd you give her the RF skin? Where's my traditional Korean military skin from the old Korean War for Diva? Where is my, my American Civil War outfit for '76?" Or they probably pick, the colonial period, because to keep the 1776 thing going, they have to do a lot of that research. And the creative team for Overwatch 2 is not the same creative team for Overwatch 1. One put a lot more thought into the culture designs. I love it. I love it. Go back. We gotta beat Sasuke Uchiha. We gotta beat that shit. The most interesting representation is in the game. I just CM Punk from Reigns appeared in Zootopia 2. Well, I think I know which character CM Punk was. I do know who Roman Reigns is.
Round 1. Fight.
Kicks there. Kick punch. The turtle ship's skin. Those war skins. But I don't know what the holdup is. Because you actually own Overwatch 2. I stopped playing when they switched over to 2. See, I'm surprised that they haven't done it for the RF. Unless there's maybe only thing I can think of would be copyright. Like, it sounds stupid, but legitimately, copyright is why you don't see any more red crosses in video games for health packs. Colloanalist? Oh god, no. I mean, the Genki Girl kind of does explain a bit of why I like Kiriko too, even though she's not really a great Overwatch character. Well, the character overall. Come on, enough to V-trigger. Yeah, you shield too much, you get stunned. You hit too much, you get stunned. So the game really makes you not want to suck. Minnesota is just confusing. Well, remember, the difference to do that is because it's supposed to be like, oh, you transcend, human ideas between like boy and girl, and it's because you become an ultimate being that's everything at once, your life and boy and girl, life and death, forever and nothing. That's why he has the yin and yang on his stomach if you look very carefully. But people like to ignore the other ones because that just makes them feel uncomfortable. What do you mean you're death and life at the same time? What do you mean there's everything and nothing? Oh, penis and no penis. Has that both? Okay. Just so you can see it here on Seth. On his stomach, if you look like on the bottom of the roster, you can see Honda. That spinning thing is a yin and yang orb. The Omyo. I'm gonna pick, do I want to be K-pop Demon Hunter?
I now wish to test it.
No, he needs the freaking hat back on. Put the hat back on. Put the hat back on. We'll take that. Female damage programming will result in a female body just going kind of haywire. But yeah, it's still with the idea of transcending humanity, transcending being human. You know, that's.
What's the meaning of fate? You shall know.
Round 1.
Evil. 2 minutes.
Fight.
I forgot my fucking tarots at the bottom. Oh shit! For how to do this. This is not Persona 4 Arena. Oh shit. Two very slow characters. Yeah, this is like this is like how Street Fighter V kind of played when it first came out. Something fast spacing, lots of very slow jumps. But it was like everybody, not just these two characters. So I don't think Fong and Fong and Rose weren't. Fong wasn't until season 3. Well, Sakura, I don't think. Tanda engine in the original game. Still had Tao's imagery on the yin and yang. Yeah. Yeah, you know, unfortunately, the Westerns have their own interpretation of yin and yang, which is not how it's supposed to work. Like in Korra, we could tell because like they made like the good one, like Avatu. The good one was, you know, the woman, and the bad one was the male. But historically, chaotic energy, bad energy, usually with the feminine drive. But it's more like a division down the middle. It's more like you get this thing, you get that thing, rather than, oh, women is evil, chaotic energy. No, chaotic energy is yang, evil energy is yang. It just lines up that way because of the overall process of nature. It's how the balancing is. You can think of like tomatoes, you know, like tomatoes could either be fruit or a vegetable. We put them on fruit because if you let them be as a vegetable, you have so many weird exceptions and shit. There we go. Indians? Yeah, this is the India stage. I mean, don't think the guy flying in the background gave it away, did it? Wardell is the poison you wield. Slowly you push to leave. Oh yeah, that's Minot. Oh yeah. We're picking Minot next. Minot is probably my favorite newest addition to the Street Fighter Mythos. Bomb's base roster? Placing Sagat. Oh, okay. I didn't buy the game at launch. I mean, I bought it for Arcade Edition, and then I just didn't buy anything. Even when they announced Sakura, I just waited for that season championship upgrade, season 4, and then I bought 5 upgrade afterwards.
Union Graveyard.
Yeah, Minot here. Where's Minot? There we go. Like, this outfit's okay, but the story mode outfit's better. The battle outfit with mummy wraps is just perfect. The holiday one's pretty neat too. The Kaibit one's not too terrible. Our Felicia actually works surprisingly well. Like whoever designed this, like no, she's a cat. I love it. You know what? Fuck it, why not? Just to keep it interesting. Yeah, Poison looks kind of all over the place.
Poison.
I should have been one and done. Last Airbender was never supposed to have a sequel. It was never designed to have a sequel. And remember, it was Brian, Mike, and I forget the third guy. His name unfortunately, but the third guy is the one who put everything together with the mythology, the lore. Like he's like, give me your ideas, give me mythology. I will connect the dots together, and I'll lock in.
Fight.
Close. Oh, damn it. These little fur balls with like a magic orb is great. Remember, she's not quite Felicia, but it's pretty close to the kicks her. Well, now the computer feels like fighting back like aggressively. Come on, see motions. Yeah, you have to play a lot more defensively with poison. So it's a lot of lures. Unfortunately, my range is like kind of can catch up, but if I'm not careful, I will get my ass handed to me. Like that. Oh shit. That was close. Thank you. I'm not gonna cat girl thing on her mannerism, so it works. Also, the way her body just like the way she has like that ebb and flow to her, it's a very Felicia thing. Even though that was intentional or not. Because you put her, let's say, in Morgan's outfit, it would not have worked out as well. And no, it's not a skin color thing. It's so close. So close to my V-trigger. Yeah, the way I'm speaking about that, I should not be speaking about that with the specials and all that shit. But it kind of is a comeback mechanic, kind of not. Shit. So. There we go. Did you call it to me lurking? Alright. She's the cuddle puddle? Yes.
Menot wins.
Can you even count that in the Darkstalkers game surprises me? Well, if I remember correctly, like it was like amongst the nuns who actually gave her the least amount of shit for being a Darkstalker. But then, also remember correctly, she grew up canonically in New Mexico and then moved to Las Vegas, or was always in the Las Vegas area. And yeah, depending on which canon you're going by, the comics or like the games and animal, you know, performer kind of thing. Of course, in America, it's the freaking Cats musical. Yeah, the nuns always gave her the least amount of crap for being a Darkstalker. Yeah, to go on for Alejandro's point about Avatar. Yeah. With Mike and Brian, when Koro got greenlit, two things. One, the third guy who connected everything. I'm always mad if I always forget his name because it's Mike and Brian because they made an acronym BRIKE, and the poor third guy never came back for Koro. Like he was like Trent Reznor with Quake 2. Yeah, there's no soul in this project. I'm not coming back for it. And more importantly, Koro was only greenlit as one season. And only got season 2 because season 1 wasn't terrible. So it wasn't like Gravity Falls where they had like a 3-season plan and they hit the floor running like we're gonna finish the story one way or another. And they just abridged season 2 and 3 to like 2-3 episodes. Korra never had a plan. And then now with the newest Avatar, even Brian and Mike are not coming back for that. So almost nobody like at the helm has ever worked in the original one before. So that's gonna say quite a bit.
City Bay area.
Get the to a nunnery. Same, bro. Let's pick us some. I don't know. Today's gonna be moving very, very slow. Let's pick some dudes.
Guile. Come on.
Just for that. Where's he at? Where's he at? Dictator. Where's Dictator at? Dick. Where is Dick? Dick is in this game somewhere. He's probably right there, isn't he? Yeah. How could I forget? You know, best friends, mortal enemies. Who? Yeah, canonically, there's no hat.
Bison.
A Sonic Blade, Hell's Warp, and Psycho Nightmare. They're both 5'11", I just realized that. Of Kevin, Charlie Nash, yeah.
No need for talk. Let's do this. Bow down before my psycho. Round one. Fight.
Actually, like it's technically an arcade mode. You can actually pick like what game you want to emulate, like Street Fighter 1, 2, 3, 4, Alpha 1, Alpha 2. It'll actually restrict the roster to whatever characters were actually in that particular game. Shit. Yeah, I'm gonna lose because I forgot the specials with Guile. D&D got canceled with a big old steak. Oh, welcome. Enjoy yourself. We're just talking about whatever. Damn, I would lose when I picked Guile.
You're weak, pathetic.
Of course.
Round two. Fight.
Kevin Nash for Elmo or Kevin Clash? I think it's Kevin Clash. Come on, heavy. Shit. Oh, fuck. Oh my god, I cannot take another foot hit. I cannot. I have to, like... Okay, there we go. Yeah, I have so much on, like... Don't do on the bottom bar. And that's why I hate Street Fighter starting off. That shit would happen.
And Bison wins.
Let me try that again. I lost my win streak. God damn it. Oh well. Let me try it again. Let me just change the support moves.
Jolly feet down. Guile. Come on. And Bison. Very good.
I'm also a pro wrestler. That'd be great.
No need for talk. Let's do this.
Yeah, he was the Russian in the for Punisher.
Bow down.
It's nuts how the fucking knife just like, he got stabbed with the actual knife instead of the prop knife. And he just kept going like a fucking tank. It's like it's like the fight scene equivalent of Robert Patrick like, chasing after the bike in Terminator 2, just like going full speed. Like that's great camera work. No, that's legit. There we go. Oh, that's why I think the kind of. There we go. There's a lot of 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. To the nuts. Did he just oh my god, he just brushed his hat. That's pretentious. 1, 2, 3. Stop. Nope. Maybe. Concert outfit? Even his default? Yeah, but you know, unfortunately they can't change the looks unless, you know, it's that good. Like, people like the black dress Chun-Li, I'll pick that next. But you know, you can't change the red cap for Bison. It's too iconic for people. I think all the Street Fighter default costumes are like the same thing.
Good way to kill some time. Final round. Fight.
Wait. fucking vid. Oh my god. Come on. Let's go. To the nuts. Let's get with skipping over Christmas to do the films. They long look like European vacation. Yeah, they could have made it red and silver as a default, but you know how Capcom is. It's like the only one who gets away with that kind of shit are Ryu and Chun-Li. But it's a very specific case. Like if I pick the I'll blend to that. I go to Chun-Li here. Like that's her default. Like no one likes that cop outfit. It's cute, but no one likes it. But this one, however, people are willing to give it a fair shake. Swimsuit? Of course they will. It's a swimsuit. Gyaru Chun-Li, very underrated costume, but I'm not gonna pick that today. Like no one likes this one compared to like the black dress one or this one. Again, by comparison. Like this is not a bad design, but it's not Chun-Li. Undercover, again, it makes sense. But yeah, you can't top that SNK 2 Versus costume. You can't. Like this is not bad. Look, these two were just so iconic that you just can't get rid of them. And you know I'm not even done with all of their costumes yet. Now we have all the costumes done. Yes, this could be, and then 6 said fuck it. Yeah, 6 said fuck it because they're trying to get a new crowd. Remember, they've been trying to get a new lifeblood into Street Fighter ever since Street Fighter 3. That's why the first Street Fighter 3 was called The Next Generation. It was meant to be a baton passing. But nobody wanted that shit. Nobody. Let's pick Ken this time. He has that few costumes compared to Chun-Li. I'm not surprised though. I forgot why I have him in Japanese and English. That was funnier, maybe. She has, I think, the most outfits in 5. Like that is correct. I'm not complaining that she has that many, but I'm saying that they would rather give Chun-Li costumes that don't work than give another dude a costume who does. When I say dude, I mean any character. They could have given Lara 2 more cool costumes, but no, they'd rather give Chun-Li a costume that nobody's gonna fucking pick. Like, you could get rid of that June costume and give Lara something else and it would work out just fine. No, that's what I mean. It's not that I don't mind Chun-Li, it's not that I imagine he has more skins, I just want everyone else to get, like, 1 or 2 more. If you're playing Injustice, you know what I mean, like Satana's got no skins in that game. Green Lantern's got a couple cool skins, including the John Stewart skin, which changes the voice entirely. And his outfit. Flash got some really cool ones, but you know, Batman and Superman, they've got the most. Kids can't make up their damn minds? The answer is no. 6 is different. You have to remember, Street Fighter 6 is a game where the devs clearly are playing favorites, like not even trying to hide it. And that's important because, actually, the question: when you make a Street Fighter game with simplified controls that are very near to Smash Brothers, and you put all these other DLC guest character favorites like Mai Shiranui, because it's what the casuals want as opposed to what, you know, hardcore fighting fans want, who's going to be dictating that market? The casuals. And so now they're fighting with, you know, the whole, like, Street Fighter fans who've been here for a while versus people who are buying it because they essentially want this to be like their Smash Brothers up in a real fighting game. You don't have this problem with Tekken. You don't have this problem with King of Fighters. They're alive. You didn't have the costume problem. The problem with 6 was the costume just cost too damn much compared to 5. And you couldn't pick and choose which ones you wanted. So remember, does anyone care to get my green outfits? And that's exactly what I mean. That's what I mean. I mean, and there's some character, but it's kind of, but that's like the paradox of it. Like Chun-Li gets, I mean, just keeping it to Street Fighter for Chun-Li. Chun-Li gets reimagined so often that her character stays relevant. Because there's always a new costume right around the corner that makes her cool again. Or makes her even cooler. But, yeah, some characters like Sean, well, Sean is Sean. You see what I mean? And with Ken, it's like, they didn't even try. Like, Street Fighter 6 Ken looks, with the scruffy beard after the divorce, looks better than Ken here. But yeah, that was called the sexy Chun-Li, and then the sexy Ryu with the shirtless and the beard. And keep that in mind, that sexy Ryu with the beard and everything. I think I'm looking at here. Wait. This one here? Ladies were going goo goo gaga, and they even made a special edition cover of the game that had both the sexy Ryu and sexy Chun-Li. And if you remember, in the Street Fighter 6 trailer when it first came out, they put that costume for Ryu as the default, because guys said it was cool, and girls thought it was sexy. They gave Ryu an innovative costume, and it worked. Look at everything else. This fuckboy shit doesn't work. That doesn't work as much. This is funny. This one looks cool, but it's not canon. No one cares about Mega Man anymore. That's a young guy. Yeah, but let me pick someone like Lara here, who is Sean's replacement as far as gameplay goes. So that's one costume, two costumes. This is pretty good. I like this one. 3. But that one's not too different from the holiday ones. That one's really good. Sporty for the Olympics. Yeah, she looks fine as Gloria here, but that's another character entirely. And then swimsuit 2. It's the one they wound up using for like all the swimsuit costumes for the Udon comics, and then tracksuit. Because you think, but yeah, I mean, but just to compare her to Minot, I'll pick Minot as my opponent this time. I'll pick I'm picking Battlefield 1 here. Where's Minot? But yeah, but I'm not saying she has a many character costume. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's another character. We're not gonna count that one. 10. 10 costumes that feel very different because they just embrace the crazy designs. Because if you compare the Felicia one here, it's a cat one, right? But now compare it to the holiday one here. It's a cat, but it still feels different from the other ones. Prophecy. Reflect. Oh, Lara's great. Like, Lara's has all the bite and ambition that Sean should have had. And she's also a fun design character. But the thing is, with Street Fighter, they can't really make new characters because no matter what you do, Ryu and Chun-Li are going to unofficially remain the main characters. Like how with Street Fighter, Dimitri's the main character, but unofficially for everyone it's going to be Morrigan. Or if you're watching the TV movies and the comics, that's all Felicia then. Yeah, this is the Brazil stage, so enjoy. Grab. Fuck yeah. Can I grab you? Grab. Boof. Lara's default needed something. She went with Jobber. Exactly. Like, if this sporty outfit was her default and it gave her, like, more of a useful character line, it would have been better. But unfortunately, like I said, you're not allowed to have a main girl who's allowed to dethrone Chun-Li. Even as popular as Cammy is, she will always be second to Chun-Li in the popularity contest. You can't even replace Ryu again, because they tried with Street Fighter 3 2 times. And only when Capcom gave up and said, fine, you fuckers win, the fan base, I mean, with Street Fighter 3, Third Strike, then that's when they kept Ryu as the, you know, kind of the character, and then the lead, I mean, and then, you know, when that means by extension, Chun-Li's in his life, and Ken, so you're not really allowed to pass the baton. Tekken has done a better job of passing the baton, but that's because they did the whole family lineage thing. Skullgirls is different because Skullgirls doesn't have a canon story, so every character story mode is different, which is great. Mortal Kombat is able to because at least the characters that come back in, up at least before MK1, were given some kind of decent amount of fan service. Even MK11, as terrible as the story fucking is, it gave everyone something kind of cool to do, you know. I mean, Johnny got to do something cool because he's Johnny Cage. Liu Kang and Kung Lao had their funny bro moments. It wasn't for very much, but they still did it anyways. Exactly, the colleague can do it great. But yeah, that's the problem. That's the big thing. They want to make a character that's bigger, better, badder than Ryu to like surpass him, because that's what the entire point of fucking Luke is in Street Fighter 5 to be the next generation. But they didn't bother. You can't. You have to let go of the baton to pass it. Like remember I told you about freaking last time with Poison, like working her way out of the gang, being more of a chaotic neutral to good character. Cody, yes, the same prison suit, Cody. It's from Nostalgia. Wait, Nostalgia. Well, this one from Street Fighter, so from Final Fight 89. This guy, canonically shirtless, the mayor of the town, who also does Santa charity work apparently. Who also can be Virgil. Not a very good one, but still of Virgil. Yeah. Yeah, Cody here has done more character growth than most of the Street Fighter roster.
Cody. Okay, come on.
Like, let me pick a character who cares about G? Fucking person, who the fuck cares about G? Like, he's not a bad character, but by comparison, who cares? Fucking like, and that's a pretty neat looking default story costume there too. And that's all he's gone.
Why, thank you. I am the world president.
Wait. Have you ever seen you see a Latina tier list? No, you're not. But it's also kind of funny that a lot of these Latinas also have like the half braid, and then the other part just like dangles down.
Looks like
If it works, it works.
I'm president of the world, of the earth, and of the entire universe. Round one.
We put Abraham Lincoln and Jefferson Davis in a blender with a dash of megalomania. That's why I like your cut, G. You know what I'm really sad about? I just know the way he threw that knife in the intro. Why doesn't Cody with this hair have a Leon S. Kennedy skin? It's too perfect. Why isn't he Leon S. Cody S. Kennedy? Okay, and with this, you're going to who's good and who's bad. And let me get Dark Raiden's big fuck you. Yeah. The issue with the Dark Hole Raiden thing, this also happened in Injustice as well. The people writing the comics and the games, they don't talk to each other. So the comic guys have one idea, the game guys got another, and that was it. Like, if anything, what they could have done and should have done is they wanted to have a whole, evil timeline thing, and they wound up bringing Shang Tsung back anyways. Why not have, and you're going to do that multiverse bullshit? Why not have, Shang Tsung working with a Dark Raiden? And you would have been like, oh, so each of the MK games was a separate timeline, and that would have been like a cool, what the fuck kind of thing. What? Come on, get in there. Hey, that special move, boy. I'm not sure if she wants to be Mr. Hyde. I think he's supposed to be like just a generic oil tycoon kind of thing. Defeating the president spells victory for local government. Ooh! I've never played this matchup before with him. Oh. Yeah, think about it. One from being a violent thug to like, we're gonna save your daughter, man, to I'm mayor. You can't touch me, Mr. President. That's cool. That's fucking badass. Your theory is G with his dealing again? No, I've never heard your G theory because I don't think we ever mentioned G. I think J has the undertone with Doug and nothing with it. Yep. And I think that's a big thing. I think with just Capcom in general, because Street Fighter is so big, Resident Evil is so big, and they have all these cool ideas they want to do, but it all takes risk. And what happened last time they took a risk? They took greedy corporate risks with the fucking Dislock DLC and Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Well, they wanted to turn Mega Man into a first-person shooter, Maverick Hunter, that never got finished. They also, what was the other big one? Resident Evil 6. So it just feels like they have all these cool ideas, but now they're so scared of, you know, because they're back on top, they're so scared of going back to the Dark Ages, they don't want to take any risks. Like, Resident Evil 7 was a thing, but only because you had Revelations on 3DS and then later console ports, it was really good. 8 did fine, but you also have the remakes. And then now you have them converging finally with 9, and the ending, if the leaked ending is true, then holy fuck, Capcom really doesn't have any ideas. Not anymore. None that are going to be fully realized. Like, this works for Ibuki, but you can't see the ponytail from this part, it's cropped off. Of course, a Monster Hunter skin. I'm not mad, I'm just like, I should have known. Yeah, let's put her against someone like Akira. Good power of water and fire created Illuminati as well as Messiah. Should have picked Gil for this match. Yeah, this is Schoolgirl, I feel like the two most iconic looks for her. And this should have been a whole scene and a half.
Round 1. Fight.
Yes. Rival, yes, I guess that's what happens. When separate Street Fighters have ideas or they need an additional fighter or two, they will always wheel out the rival school's characters. Because it creates enough hype to get people to buy the game. And it also, you're like, oh, we gave them this character in this game. We don't have to bring rival schools over or make a sequel or anything like that. You know, it would be easy money. I mean, what, fucking Nintendo's charging you $20 for the Pokemon Red and Fire Red and Leaf Green editions?
Round 2.
People buying that shit with hotcakes. I recall Chinese and mental antiquities fight elements. Water, fire, steel, earth, wood, or sometimes storms depending on the area used. That is correct. That's correct. And the way to line up on the little paradigm is that, for example, like when fire attacks the wood, it turns into dirt, which is, you know, earth. But then, you know, and they have other ways of going where like, a crossmate is what its complements. Gee, modern are being charismatic leader. Doesn't it have the last element, earth? Oh, that might actually, if that is true, I'd be surprised.
Ibuki wins.
Might only have his body's covered in gold. True. Yeah, that would make sense. Enjoying life, you know any cute guys? Well, Cody is technically single, so you're willing to shoot your shot.
Rise apart. They call it strong souls.
Where's Gil? Good grief, he's Nate now, you know. I think Ibuki does have a couple lines that aren't like for cute guys. But yeah, Ibuki, Sakura, Karin, they all used to be like this really diverse group of opinions, but then Karin just became like a more bitchy version of Lily from Tekken. Ibuki got upset with just fighting and guys. Sakura became Ryu, Apostle. But at least in this one they actually remembered to make her like three-dimensional and grow as a person again.
Round one. Fight.
Fuck your physics, bro. Let the hair do whatever. Yes, we're fighting on a fucking airplane. Straight out of Smash Brothers. Do a barrel roll! This game, Street Fighter 3. Yeah, after this game canonically is Street Fighter 3. We encounter Q with a very similar moveset to G. The theory that G being unfinished breaks down becomes Q. Interesting. And the Street Fighter timeline is weird because it's 1, 2, 4, 5, 3, I believe. Was that right, Apple? Sinistar. Marked by divinity will scar thy DNA. Yeah, but fans asked him enough and they brought him back in fucking 5. To be fair, like Pink looking at chat and not a good match right now. But he is a piece of shit either way.
Round two. Fight.
Shit. Tokyo Tower, what's it like? I've been to Tokyo Tower. It's a pretty tall building. I mean, it's certainly a little bit bigger than the Eiffel Tower. Oh shit. And there's actually quite a few, like a lot of venues around there with kind of like cool events and stuff. But going up it, I have not actually gone up it. If that's what you mean. But you can even be like a few. But you can see it from a lot of places within Tokyo. Yeah, it's pretty damn big. Yeah, it's probably a meeting point, probably hangout spot. What's the wrong fucking bar? The kills bar. I got something you can use. Gilmore's great. Team finally final on final. It's 1, Alpha 2, Alpha 3, then 2, Ultra 4, 5, 3, Third Strike, and now 6. Oh, fucking, you want to talk about Mortal Kombat being convoluted? Gil's probably. I think Third Strike Gil is the worst final boss in the video game history. Look at Geese Howard. Well, I'd say, well, it depends. If you mean like you're supposed to play fair, then it's gotta be Geese Howard, because Geese Howard you can play fair, but you gotta be really fucking good. If you mean the computer is a cheating AI, because it reads your inputs, then it goes to Mortal Kombat 3 Shao Kahn, because he has like this weird, like, when he hits your shoulder rush, he gets invincibility frames that you can't break out of. But Gil is just like, it honestly God feels like pay to win in that fight. These frame modes and more to split things further apart. I can fit up mangas and games and semi-canon things. Yeah. A lot of characters we haven't picked yet. A lot of them. Yeah. By the way, here's Luke in this game. Should whip his ass with fucking Cody. Look at this. Tracksuit costume. Add the same thing as the first costume. Battle outfit 1. Story. Default. 4 costumes, and that this guy was picked to be the next protagonist. When Cody's got more skins. Ignis says hi from KOF, yeah. Yeah, that was pretty bad too. Let me pick a Falke. Falke, I think it is. No, I'll pick Cody. So Luke. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, how do you tell something over and under design? And that's the worst part, like, nobody gave a shit who he was. And we're like Street Fighter 6, the demo, did a better job of making him the newest hype man.
Round one. Fight.
Look at me with his bare feet and clothes. And basically, you want, because they want to get like this cool fuckboy look on him, but they also want to do a UFC fighter, and so they don't know what they want. They want the modern cool fuckboy look like a UFC fighter. Give his toast one of his totem take? Oh my god. Or is Mon when you need him, bro? Come on, see motions?
Round two. Fight.
Mama fuckboy. So MMA fuckboy. I had to be like that, bro. Luke outfit, yeah, it's. If you can tell, Luke is like, at this point, he's like a bunch of ideas, but he didn't want to spoil too much because he wanted you to buy 6. And after 6, who can tell me anything about Luke, really? I hear more about, you know, Chun-Li's outfit, Mai in her pajamas, Cammy's look, Yuri's feet. I hear more about all of that shit and the funny faces you can make when you're on the character screen than I do about, you know, anything about the narrative of Street Fighter. Which says quite a bit because people actually like, you know, new characters and all that stuff. Nick Diaz, yeah, not McGregor. This McGregor, you know, could back that shit up. Just find out terrible about the final character. Because Christy L6 ends things. Yeah, like I said, they could have just not made Luke like the last character. Luke should have been the final. No, Luke should have been the first character in season 5 to come out, not the last one. To kind of say, okay, here's Luke, here's the character, and then with Luke he brings this other character. You know, he brings Gil, Luke brings this, Luke brings that, and you end it with Cody. You know, it's like, so Luke is coming in alongside, you know, these other characters that are good, bringing a new era of peace and all that stuff. It will give him like a boost in terms of like what to expect with him. But they didn't. And so instead you set the bar high and just gets lower with every character that you put out. Or at least ends on the lowest note you could. Like, who honestly remembers MASH?
I'll show no mercy.
I have to remember how to play this fucker. I really have to. People trying to bait Luke and Jamie and trying to put the two of them onto Kimberly and Emily. I like the idea of Luke's character, a final character works. He comes exactly.
If you stand in my way,
Is that he was just so awkward, and so it just came people kind of skeptical for 6 as opposed to, you know, ready with open arms.
Round one. Fight.
It's like DiCaprio 4, yeah. I'm a fight money. There we go.
I suggest you stay down.
Barwell and Google remains for Street Fighter. If he plays, if you vibe with how he plays, then you vibe with how he plays. There's nothing weird about it. Because remember, within fighting there are different archetypes of fighting characters, and sometimes you just lean more towards one or the other. Same way how when, you know, role-playing games, you can lean more towards, you know, being, let's say, a ranger or a rogue, or you're like being, you know, a magician, a warlock. You can. It's up to you and how you want to play things. That's why some people, Tournament Pro, they always have 3 characters they have to play, and they're usually 3 different styles based on how their opponent's going to play. Even Mike Tyson was fun for me. Well, it's only even Mike Tyson in America. Straightforward without being a detriment, exactly. There's nothing wrong with being straightforward on the playstyle, if you can keep that momentum going. Yeah, like that. But no, the National doesn't play terribly, not at all. Yeah, you're finding it that they get uber complicated, like the Arcana Heart series, where they try to make it too stupidly simple. You need like the Outlook is like low skill floor. You can pick them up pretty easily and start playing right away, but you still need to, you know, put some effort in order to do really, really fucking cool shit. Perfect dollism.
This is the path to achieve enlightenment.
Barrogi like freed from Fantasia, only he's the fantasy pirate voiced by Daisuke from Guilty Gear. You don't have a fat Buddha, we got a fat man willing to eat everything, along with a man who's from the country that the Buddha was from, so it all works out. Oh, I forgot how floaty he is in this game. Because he's usually a lot faster in the other games. Like Dollar's like in other games, he's like Diet Chun-Li, but here he's just super slow. Of course, it's like... And, oh shit! That was a perfect. Oh crap! I didn't realize. I'm about to go back to Stanford Theater next week. Skiing at San Francisco. Move the 36, well the 06, the quick. Stars Clark Gable and Spencer Tracy. Well, we have all you. If you do go back, I hope you have a fun time there, bro. What's up, Crimson? We're just talking again about how Street Fighter 6 and all, they don't know what direction to take it in and all that. On the 5 seems kind of Is it just coming through? It's not just you. People on YouTube have been reported that a lot more than usual, like, messages are not going through. So it's not just you, it's a YouTube-wide thing. It's not to control not only the body, but also the appetite. Isn't clearly right, at least in Japan. Yeah, but Street Fighter 6 I think went on sale recently. Like they lowered the price of it. Cause that shit was expensive. It was like 9,000 yen when that thing came out. Yeah, but you've also got like a lot more costumes and like, you know, crossover collaboration events and all that stuff. See if Japan is eating up at this time. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Wait 1 second here. That's his sporty outfit, yeah.
Gone here. Cyclone!
They keep it in Japanese, oh shit. Oh well. Urban Street Fighter the game? Oh, I see what's going on here. Japan has surviving in between we was turned 100 last year. Dope. Illegal being buddy with SNK will give some new Capcom SNK game. One of them for Capcom or SNK taking a crack on it.
Round 1. Fight!
I forgot how huge Zangief is. Oh shit. Five or six is like third strike on steroids. Well, they did mention it. They did mention it was deliberately meaning to throw back the third strike. But the problem that people forget again, it's the third Street Fighter 3. Street Fighter 3-3. It took 3 tries for that thing for any fucking footing off their ground. And most people only know it in recent memory because thanks to the fucking Evo in it. I'm not saying it's a terrible game, but it's not as big as people like to make it out to be. There's a humongous gap between Street Fighter 2 and whatever the fuck of the second and third biggest Street Fighters are. Get that timing just right, shit. Damn it, I don't know what's happening. You can't seem to get the doubles, the course of forward. Yeah, to be fair, I learned about things from like Alex from Tatsuno versus Capcom. Like Alex is the guy who should have been the next character. I don't trust them honestly. The issue is that Capcom is way too big for its britches and it wants to make as much money as possible. They don't want to go back to being the 2010s Capcom, so they will not take any risks. SNK can do it, but SNK, have you seen with City of the Wolves? They're making a game that's way too much fighting sweats. And those fighting sweats actually don't appreciate it, and the casual people are never going to buy it. So yeah, I hate to say it, arcades were a humongous part of SNK's success. They're just not around anymore. 3 was not meant to be. Wait, 3 was meant to be an inexperienced team, according to Sinistar here. You guys, spend more style you don't enjoy. It's just how it goes, you know. But just how it is. It's like what? White Castle's the first burger chain. We get people like McDonald's more. Yet some people don't like McDonald's and like what, Carl's Jr. or like Burger King more. Yeah, but think about it, if you play games like Darkstalkers and you prefer, you know, that the way the 6-button plays there as opposed to Street Fighter, you can't blame them. They made the game. Or you prefer, let's say, the Killer Instinct and Darkstalkers 3 double life bar system as opposed to, you know, round 1, round 2, round 3. That's another thing. It's how it is. As long as you're big, you're gonna be respected. But remember, for everyone that respects, for every 10 people they're gonna respect you, there's always gonna be one that isn't gonna respect you or isn't gonna like you. It's just how it is. You just aren't. You can't please everybody. It's easy to say that when it's like someone else's IP or it's your own work. When you have to talk about like with your own friends, like that's the worst part. Let's pick. I'm gonna pick Rashid here. Rashid is right there. And where is he at? Sagat. Okay, are we now alive? There's justice in the world? Yeah, of course. Because think about it. Why were the arcades big? It was convenient. It was just more convenient at the time if you were always, you know, outside of your house, go buy on the way back to school, put in a quarter, and then instead of having to pay for a $60 video game. But once the video games just started getting cheaper, you can have, you know, 4 players instead of just 2 at your house. You can play the same thing over and over and over for free. And then nowadays you get games on your phone or your PC. It's just the sense of convenience changed. Most people are going to take whatever was the fucking most convenient. Okay, right now Street Fighter 6 is on sale for the 38 hours, 50% off at 2,500 yen. Because the main price is now 5,000 yen, which is about 50 bucks. But when it launches, it was basically 9,000 yen. But it does, you know, requires Capcom ID. I'm not sure about that. And it has the Denuva anti-tapper. Or you can pay 8,000 yen, and you can get all the passes. Tempting. That's probably why, because now it's 20 bucks. Now it's like cheaper than Smash Brothers. Legendaries are Costco makes a better hot dog than Nathan's in New York City. Chili says dogs my jam. Plain hot dog with keto mustard, corn dog kind of guy. Corn dog, I'm very picky with my corn dog. I'm very picky with them. Damn. He didn't transform from the tiger. I'm upset. Alright, I picked the Middle Eastern guy with the sandals, right? I'm not Sagat. I'm Rashid. I think I'm just right. I was gonna fuck it really bad. Average Dragon Ball Z fan. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, grab. Oh damn, I'm buying with Rashid. Let's go. Super small. I have a local German butcher with their own hot dog with jalapeno cheese stuffed inside. Oh, that is great.
Round 2.
Hot dog, plain or bacon on it. If I could, you know, chili cheese with some bacon, and then some grilled onions with a bit of green pepper. It's just one slice for flavor, but I would probably take it out and not eat it. Almost, but when we used to do wiener schnitzel by me growing up, and the junkyard with the chili cheese and the fries, we get coupons for that in the mail. Oh, that was great. Junkyard dog from jam. Okay, is a corn dog a name only? Well, in Japan, there's something called an American dog. It's a corn dog, but you don't use cornbread batter. It's just like more closer to a pancake batter. That's why it's not called a corn dog. And so when you eat it, it's like the texture's right, but the flavor's off. No. What? There he goes. Shimon, however, the new Middle Easternish guy was in 7. Seemed bland as fuck. It's like, how do you make a kebab bland, bro? It's... And keep in mind, this is his story mode costume, not his cool Middle Eastern costume. With like E4. Originally, the score has Islamic chant. The stage got Capcom in trouble. This stage had an Islamic chant in its with death threats. We care for any newcomers in 7? Yeah, because unfortunately, when it comes to the progression of the characters as a story, Tekken 6 is what happened to Tekken, where they're just kind of like afraid of anyone but the fucking Mishimas, a main character. So again, same thing. Oh, yeah, I think you missed that conversation, Crimson. Seeing how they have all these cool ideas for new characters, but they're so afraid of just like causing, you know,
Underground arena.
controversy within their fan base, not necessarily, you know, like actually controversial. And of course you can't, and then most people are just not willing to let these two characters go, or any Street Fighter 2 character really. That they just kind of seem stuck. They have ideas they want to commit to, but they're just too afraid. I love Aki, but we didn't. Mama Jenner thought expected. Lol. These people who don't care for and your hair turning into 3D. Sam with Fire Sam, Sam papers and pages. Pay for the Karat. Oh jeez. I like playing Josie and Sam, but I don't think they did anything interesting with the newcomers. Yep. I mean, remember, they're so afraid of losing shit, they brought back Heihachi.
Round 1. Fight.
Oh, Lydia? The Polish karate girl? Well, Lydia was cool. But again, in a bottle. But they didn't do anything with that shit. And it comes the question, why do that shit if you're not going to do anything with it? And why not develop the characters more, but then, you know, stories have to end. And that's the hard part, you just can't keep going. I mean, you know what happened with Smash 4 when someone leaked the story mode for that shit, and Sakurai was like, yeah, we're canceling it because somebody leaked it. And everyone got super mad and shit. Down to Matsuo, that was profit. Do you mean dated? Claudio? Yeah. Well, again, Lydia and one. I mean, I'll put it this way. When I saw Lydia play, it reminded me a bit of Virtua Fighter, and that's the thing is why I liked it a lot. But unfortunately, it's not Tekken. Again, cool concept to go somewhere with as a starting point, but they did nothing with it. I mean, hate to say it, what they've done with Lydia and Claudio and other DLC fighter characters, I'm trying to remember them, like even the new, what's her name? Not Ushimitsu. Kunimitsu, the fox? Because now technically the second, third Kunimitsu, technically. Even that set they did, what they've done with it, they did just as much nothing as they did with Mai being canon in Dead or Alive 6. When Akuma from Tekken has a bigger part to play, sorry, Akuma in Tekken has a bigger part to play than the new characters made specifically for Tekken, not a guest character. You done goofed. Oh, this is so bad. Oh shit, okay, I won. Yeah, exactly. Does she Reina? Yeah. It was cool. Story's taken ever since 6, yep. 8, forget about the second season, let alone the third one. Yeah, the base game isn't fun. No amount of guest character is going to keep you playing forever. I don't think the franchise as a whole is dead. It's right before it's dead. It's like it's starting to flatline, but you can resuscitate it. But this is the hard part. The company's got to take risk, and risks means doing shit that you're not going to get everything right. Maybe what I mean is they have to make a Tekken 9 that's better than Tekken 8, so that they can make the kick-ass Tekken 10. Tekken 9 is gonna have to step on some toes, but then they're gonna have to fix that landing for Tekken 10. You get what I'm trying to say? You didn't get Street Fighter 4 Ultra without getting, you know, through all the other versions of Street Fighter 4. You didn't get Dead or Alive 5 last round without going through Dead or Alive 1, 2, 3, 1 Ultimate, 2 Ultimate, 2 Online Ultimate, 4, and then 5, 5 plus, 5 Arcade / Ultimate / then get last round. It's a progression of it. And very few of them are through lines. Like, what was it? People liked, what was it? Soul Calibur. People like 4, right? Well enough. But they had 3. You don't really talk about Soul Calibur 3, but comparison to 2. Oh, that was with Bloodborne and Elden Ring. Everyone loves those games, but they had to suffer through the fucking bullshit that was Dark Souls 2, and then the overly easy Dark Souls 3 comparison. Sometimes you have to get a couple of missteps together, but you, all at the same time, you have to figure out where those risks went wrong. But considering the large backlash that Tekken 6 got, because people start complaining that characters like Elisa should have never been a fucking thing, and then they complain that people don't, although they change this thing so they keep the same at 7, and then they complain that it's not the same. Sorry, it is the same. And, oh, we gotta kill off Heihachi and then bring him back. It's like, well, what's the point of doing anything if you're just gonna want it undone? Unless you, I mean, wait, unless Tekken wants to like end its story, and then every game is a separate standalone story that kind of takes place in the same universe, like it resets like a cartoon. They can do that. Not Mortal Kombat State, because the difference between Mortal Kombat State, and think of this: Tekken, everyone plays Tekken, but bashes the shit out of it. They say Tekken 8's terrible. Yeah, I'm gonna buy Season 3 to see if it gets better, but Tekken 8's shit. That's a Tekken. Mortal Kombat Mortal Kombat suffered from toxic positivity to where if you tried critiquing the game anywhere in the first 2 seasons of DLC, everyone's like, oh, you're just saying that because you hate Mortal Kombat, you want it to fail. And then once it was acceptable and everyone agreed it sucked, then you can openly criticize it. Why would you want to play? Why do you want to play a game where you're not allowed to criticize it, but you want to give the developers feedback? Backwards. It's completely backwards.
This would be perfect for a warm-up.
Asusena is great. Or not level a 9 Tekken Tag 3, exactly. Tekken 8 can learn. And as I said with this game, Street Fighter 5 was terrible when it came out. 12 characters. Then you had the arcade version, which was slightly better. Then you had Season 4, which was a big improvement. But then at the very fucking end, they had Season 5 update. And that made everyone's like, okay, the game's actually like, it fixed most of the problem. And then Capcom took that feedback and put it into 6 when it first came out. But then, of course, 6 had its own problem with the simplified control scheme. But it gave massive feedback to Capcom what the fans actually wanted to play. And they took advantage of that shit. Tekken has a long way to go. Doa and Vietnam might be a chance.
Okay.
Exactly, it's being bullshit. It needs competition, yeah. But just remember this. They took a lot more risks with Tekken Tag 2 because Capcom was also in a shittier state of mind. But now that, you know, Capcom's a big boy and Tekken's got a little too comfortable. Just getting out of your pajamas and just crushing your enemies, that's good. Mortal Kombat is dead franchise? Here's my opinion. Mortal Kombat, the next game, is like their last chance, but they have to like bounce back like Mortal Kombat 9 bounce back. Because there's 4 or 5 lightning in a bottle. It was lightning in a bottle, but they need something to get close to that. Even if it's like fucking Deception or even fucking Deadly Alliance levels of good. But here's the big thing about MK9. About this is actually made MK12 terrible. The first was that okay. The first is that okay. It's like 20 points. I'm trying to go through. I'm just gonna put it in order. The roster. The roster didn't have a lot of fan favorites. It wouldn't be so bad if they didn't enforce the cameo system. It's like, why couldn't you just make it like Marvel vs. Capcom, where you have like a main character and a partner character you can pick? So like every character has like a main character that you play as, and then a programmable assist mode. You know what I mean? Like you would just tag it in like a special move, like you would in any other versus game, so that we can still have your two character mechanic, but not have to actually commit to doing the tag fighter aspect. Or if you wanted that, make it a tag mode its own optional thing, like you did in 9. Story was solid, but unfortunately became a lot of retread past the 2/3 point. So P fans were expecting something new, like, you know, the MK11 implying it was going to be the first MK tournament. Nothing was done. Even the arcade endings followed the pattern where all the endings were like, yeah, I'm going to do this. No. Arcade endings should be like, if you won, this is what would happen. Arcade endings are supposed to be what it's not what they're going to do. So we feel cheated out of ending there. Gameplay was okay, but then they started really pushing the cameos even more. People didn't like that because they weren't giving incentives to go like that. Unlockable content, the crypt, the towers of time, and even the that was way more fucking grindy than MK11. MK11 was already a step down from Injustice 2. At least with MK, at least with 11, you had like it wasn't as grindy as 12 was. You had less shit to grind for. You had more windows of opportunity of when the towers would shuffle, but they're way more strict, and you only had one other mode in MK12 to play, like the Conquest mode. And when even your FGC guy, you know, Maximilian Dude, is like, I got drained after 5 matches. When your FGC guy who's played online for hours says that your side mode is draining, you fucked up big time. I gotta pick 11.
11.
So yeah, the fact that there's even less modes in this than what Injustice 1 and 2 is just bonkers, because it's supposed to be the same company. The worst part is that now even the costumes now, like what was it? Like, you could buy the Mortal Kombat movie costume for $7 and you have all 3 guests. You have Johnny, you have Sonya, and Raiden. But now they want you to pay $10 for a singular skin. So you're overcharging it, overpricing it. Some of the currency, the items you have to get, are with the in-game grindable currency, and then others are like this ultra currency that the game is super stingy that you may as well just buy it. And then they charge you like in these $10 or $15 increments. But everything is like $12 or $13, so you have a little bit extra in your account. So you're either going to stockpile that, or you're going to feel compelled to just spend more money to get rid of it. Exactly, you're holding the players fucking hostage. Yeah, there's no reason to come back to 12. Yeah. What's your character being picked? Yeah. For a thought rate, also a bunch of shields are going to get the same marching orders. Exactly. You can't listen to just the shields for that. And we're on a Tekken 8th and 12th. Yeah, and here's the worst part is that was them toning it down. It used to be like 13 and shit. And then it was gonna get better. And then Kill the Justice League happened. And then Warner Brothers announced that they were expecting now Mortal Kombat 12 to pick up the $1 million failure slack in terms of profit revenue that Kill the Justice League failed to do. So now Mortal Kombat couldn't even be allowed to be a good game because Warner Brothers was so busy in trying to recoup their losses because they had killed that game within 1 year. That MK12, even if it did good, was going to be a failure in their fucking eye because it didn't pick up the slack for that and kill the Justice League. There is no fucking way, and they were going to do the same fucking strangling, hand-holding thing they were going to try to do and kill the Justice League. So you see what I mean? What has a lot of shit? If Warner Brothers or if Netflix buys it and they let someone else like rent out the IP, like how Konami is renting out the Castlevania license, on the same way how League of Legends has been lent out to other companies like Owlcat, then there's a very good chance MK can bounce back. In fact, the MK movies, they're doing better than ever. People love the animated film. People are actually excited for the Mortal Kombat 2 live action. The web mobile game's not doing too terrible. It's actually making them some money. But the fighting game is the big thing that's not coming back. if they keep this bullshit up. Yep, Netflix owns Warner Bros. Yep. Think about that. And but the other thing about that, the whole definitive edition, is that they killed off MK11, saying that this is gonna be the most supported Mortal Kombat ever, and Mortal Kombat 11 had more support than this one. I still don't get what 11 is. Abigail is a pretty fun character. Like, he's basically the big meathead fighter, and I like that. Yeah. And it's just a shame, because to be fair, I wasn't really a humongous Mortal Kombat kid growing up. Like, I was a kid who played Mortal Kombat on his Nintendo Wii with an emulator, because his cousin installed it for him. On a Wii remote, and I was a kid who willingly turned off the blood and fatalities. So I should tell you how far I've come with Mortal Kombat. And so then I finally get into it, properly with all the blood fatalities and go through order. I start with like on the PS2 and Xbox Classic. Get in there, go bounce around, and you start to love the games. It's just fun. See how crazy they've gone. Abigail is after a King Diamond Skull. I think Megan after Metal. Yes. Yes. When it goes to the crappy story mode. Because whether you like it or not, it's probably the easiest thing to fucking make. And it just is, for most people, the easiest amount of content. Because like I said with fighting games, people will play anything in a fighting game except the fighting game part. If, hey, this crossover 2B waifus in this game, I'm buying that shit. Hey, there's this new limited time event is in there, I'm buying it. Hey, they've got this cool band playing songs for them as a playable character, I'm gonna buy that shit. And it's annoying because when you sell units, you unfortunately need normies and casuals to pick up a lot of it. You've seen it before with any film that's made over $1 billion. You have a lot of people buying tickets 2 or 3 times, but those people combined still don't make as many people who bought the ticket fucking once. It's the Mary Rose and Honoka shit all over again. So what do you do when your casuals want that thing and you need something else to pick up the slack? You know what I mean? But also at the same time, back then when the game was released, the game was released. We weren't patching games up to oblivion, so when Third Strike came out, that was how the game was played. Unless you were Tournament Edition, with Tournament Edition you can pick that specific region. That's why Smash Bros. Is always the Japanese or North American version. They never picked the Australian version. Came out last, had completely different balancing. That's why you never use Australian copies for Smash Bros. Melee tournaments. Because the game is set that way. But now that the game comes out, too many people pick one character, they overcorrect, or they buff too much, no, they nerf too much, and they don't buff again. Like, even Dead by Daylight's got this problem. Where people who play killers never play survivors, people who play survivors never play killers, and they're constantly nerfing and buffing shit that doesn't need to be things. Instead of that, they're trying to buff the game to force you to play a certain way, instead of looking at how do people actually play our game? How can our vision and that kind of gel a bit better? Soda, Poison, Axel Slash, Mortal Kombat Style, Ultra Before I Die, Ultra Mortal Kombat. Why is it gotta be somehow? I mean, we have Ultimate. Yeah. Took a couple more matches. That's ultimately what it is, unfortunately. Because what was it? How many people also knew, like, they bought Mortal Kombat because, all the fun extras in the game, or they bought, like motor combat, or chess combat, and stuff like that. I think I picked everyone at this point. No, not quite. Oh, I see why. I will call MK Ultra. It came on the Polybius vision, bro. See the final fight, yeah.
ずいぶん強そうなやつだな。怖え怖え。
Round one. Fight.
Cause face it, cause yeah, how many people bought Tekken, sorry, Street Fighter 6 for just for Yuri or Chun-Li or what's it called? Oh no. Oh, Mai now. Mai and Terry. And it's final thing around the Eminem. Well, I'm messing in sweet corn? Oh, cool. What do you put in your special sweet corn? You put, you know, lemon, chili powder, salt, cheese, cream. It's mayo. What do you put on yours? I don't like the corn with the mayo, weirdly enough. Just the lemon and salt and peppers and the chili did that for me. But to be fair, remind me with the MK Ultra. Yeah, did you guys? Yeah. Also, what was it? Warner Bros. They completely fucking half-assed that Mortal Kombat collection because they had like like the ports for like the Game Gear and Game Boy version, but they're missing like the Sega Genesis versions and 32X people really wanted. And then those games basically you're running an emulator to play those games, you're running an emulator to play those emulators. They're probably using the old school Midway arcade ports from the PlayStation Portable and PS2 days. This is wicked input lag, and then the online just is completely fucking broken, and it wasn't even working day one. They had to patch that shit in. Why? I mean, I don't care what company you are, if you're NRS or Capcom, I don't give a fuck if you're an independent studio. Why does your game need to have the controls patched in to work properly day one? It should just work out the box already day one. And the physical releases for that shit with Limited Run with Xbox being delayed a couple months because Limited Run's handling that. And the PlayStation version is a completely different company. Yeah, that's also not looking good for them. I mean, if they, the Mortal Kombat in the 90s, think about it, they had the movies. The second one was ass, but the first one was good. They had their games. They had non-canon Malibu comics, which introduced cool comics that were never finally in there, but it felt right. They even had a novelization of it, it was an original adventure. They had Mortal Kombat doing the live fight performances of the tour across the country. Mortal Kombat had a lot of shit that was going on that wasn't just, you know, the games. Still keep it alive alongside it. And the Mortal Kombat also had, you know, the web series and then the TV show, which helped quite a bit. But yeah, but they stopped as soon as Warner Bros. Took over with MK9. Well, technically, MK vs. DC, which is number 8. A lot of that just went away. I mean, yeah, there were comics, but those comics were tied to the games, but would ultimately be rendered non-canon. I mean, Street Fighter, on the other hand, is opposite. We have Street Fighter 6, the game's selling well. Street Fighter 5 is still playable. You have the Street Fighter old OVAs still. You get an occasional anime movie at sometimes. You also get the Street Fighter comics from Udon. So, and there's always, you know, the McDonald's collaboration here in Japan with these Street Fighter 2 sprites and all that stuff. There's always something keeping it in the public space. Street Fighter Tekken never really did that. Like Tekken had 2 movies, but the first one didn't even make $1 million. I don't know how they made a fucking second one. Oh wait, Mexican protein, street corn protein dip. Okay, a latte. I get the mayo, cheese, and spices. Okay, okay. I just do lemon, salt, chili sauce. So that's like a gorilla that shows Ed in playable Street Fighter. Yes, I wanted that gorilla too. Just a couple more. Give me the fuckboy hair. Give me the fuckboy hair. This is probably why he got divorced. I don't know how I got that. And it's from Australia. I don't know. Maybe Australia isn't popular enough. Maybe Street Fighter isn't too popular in Australia. Maybe they're more of a Tekken kind of people.
格の違いをお見せしますね。
来いよ。熱くさせてやるぜ。
Round one. Fight.
Some models in this game better than others. Yeah, I think Kickstarter can tell you, like, didn't they have like 3 different companies working on the models for this game? Like the first season, like the first roster set was like complete, was like one studio, probably in-house, and then the other 2 got outsourced for like 4 and 5, and then 2 and 3. Updates, it looks awful. Ed or Ken? If you mean Ken, you're completely right about that. That's why I think low-key why they're doing it again in Street Fighter 6. Because people are like, oh, we don't care if Ken's ugly. Is Karin hot? Is Lara hot? Are the ladies hot? Is Jiri flawless down to the pixel? If not, I will go in and I will modify it. I know I used to have mods for this game. We could play Angel on top of Yuri, Han, and it just played perfectly. On Ken. Yeah, bro. I think that he looked better during the divorce. That's sad, bro. It's like, yo, man, you lost some weight after being 85 days. That's great to hear, Ken. Anyways, how's your sex life? Yes, different outfits to be also to different groups. Okay, yeah, let's confirm it. It's the same shit we have with the fucking Disney TV shows. Everything's outsourced everywhere else to keep costs low. Oh fuck, got loose. That was so close.
Karin wins.
But the Esco, Karin wins. Even out with all love they gave her, is he fogged with the 80s for your articulation animations. You know what? Just for that, we're picking those 2 characters. And then Falcon. Let's pick those 2.
Fourth base.
あなたの未来占ってあげますよ。
Falcon is right next to her. Why do that?
Fall.
私が行きます。 運命って何なのか考えたことあります？では始めましょうか。
Round one. Fight.
Yeah, I can already feel it. Jeez. Did the fucking artist program Falcon? I swear. Oh. I would pick the Green Reaper Pro as a pretty solid pick. I forgot how to set these things off. Come on, get in there. Yeah, even when she moves back, I really feel it in Falc's motions. Take up Six of Mine still top tier. Oh yeah, it was like Mai, it was like the goddess of death in fucking Street Fighter 6, and then like in Mark of the Wolves is like she is like the punching bag. Fucking hell, what? Shit, let's go. Oh shit. Fucking spiral dive, oh my god. Oh, nice comic book. Anti-hero they get up. I love it. Which I'm not is meant to cover. Oh yeah. Why not the Felicia one? Oh, you mean the mummy one? But then again, anything that's not the main outfit is fine. But even then, the main outfit is just like the least fine of all the options. Come on, get it. Fucking poison is what gets me every time in this match. One more. I felt the music change again when health got to like a third of like it just changed. Key change, yeah. Come on, one more.
Minot wins.
Manon being the worst offender. Which one's Manon? Bison? Future, let's see more of it in the future. Alright, guys, get your closing thoughts in, man. Yeah, I think the last good match to end. Which one's Manon? We could have put on one minute to stand out. Oh, okay. Man, is what's your model, judoka or did he goggles to martial artist? Lol. Told you it's part of the rarity. Right. Alright. Nope. Alright. No last thoughts on this? Well, I want to thank you guys for stopping by today. Maybe there'll be a stream tomorrow, maybe not. Not sure if I have to get something done tomorrow. Then I'll do it. If not, because I got tomorrow off, then maybe. I'll let you guys know. Until next time, this is Shimo signing off. Take care, raise those fucking horns, and we'll catch you in the next street fight.